Maxie, I've been thinking, should we do season 3 on the Dr. Joe show? You sure? You sure it's a good idea? That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Dr. Joe Show. I'm Joe, and today we are, well, going out on a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of an adventure, if you will. Some recent things have come to my attention and thus have made this episode necessary. Unfortunately, unlike TV, us YouTubers often have to fucking defend ourselves from the torrents of bullshit that come from every direction, when you're online. That being said, I know I said in our Hoyo de Monterrey episode, which went very fucking well, that I would be smoking a Hoyo de Monterrey Du Gourmet, an aged Du Gourmet, and going over some aging issues and things. Unfortunately, that will have to wait. Notice how I did not say a splendid, spectacular Du Gourmet or anything of the fucking sort. I just said an aged Du Gourmet. Okay? If one more person puts the fucking sentence in my mouth that I said all fucking aged cigars are this miraculous fucking creation from God, I swear to God, don't be the one. Just don't. I'm not in the fucking mood for it today. Now, here I have 2 cigars. These are house blend cigars from Finest Cuban Cigars. Okay? We're going to talk a little bit about house blend cigars. We're going to talk a little bit about how cigars are made. We're going to talk about Finest Cuban Cigars. And to do all that, we have with us some comments from a certain individual who just can't fucking help himself. Now, these cigars are separated and in little bags here. One is marked 3, one is marked 6. So I know that out of a bunch of house blend cigars I've been dealing with, smoking, and by the way, all of the house blend cigars I've smoked thus far and throughout that aging series have burnt and smoked fine. They were fucking fine. Let's move on. This here, number 3, that is a fresh roll. There's a difference. They sell a fresh roll, which means tobacco that is very young is rolled up and you practically get it right after. There's no aging involved. A lot of the times you get the cigars, if you don't smoke them right away, they will become ammonia. They will enter a sick period, and then it's your choice, you either sit on them, or if you don't want to wait and you don't want to do that, you can order the private stock, which uses tobacco that has been aged 5 years. These are made entirely from Cuban tobacco, okay? They are long filler cigars, and we're going to go over some things, but we'll get to that one step at a time. First, let me light this cigar, and I just want to say right now that these 2 cigars here are the same exact cigars that I will be taking apart in a very short moment. Okay? This one, it's a fresh roll. It's good, but like I said, hey, I'm fucking honest, man. That's the problem. The problem I have is when people cross that line and fucking tell me that I'm trying to say something that's not true. Don't look at my channel and see all these fucking great comments 3 fucking years without one fucking without one time of any person accusing me of saying anything incorrect or saying something that is leading somebody the wrong way, and all of a sudden to realize that all the people around you are fucking idiots and you're the only one who thinks that I'm fucking trying to pull people's legs and put people on. No, okay? Don't put words in my mouth either. When I was doing the aging episodes and I was smoking these house blend cigars, I never said anything like you should buy them. I never said any. I said they just came out with these. They're fucking new off the shelf practically. They were out of their stock for a while, And I was seeing how they were. Where is my fucking cutter? I think they're a nice change of pace. They come in a whole bunch of different sizes. They're an inexpensive alternative to the norm. And they're made of Cuban tobacco. You know, it's something to try. If you don't like them, fucking move on. But don't fucking lie about them. We'll get to that. So I'm going to cut this open here. And, you know, apparently, you know, I already know because I've been smoking these fucking things, but apparently it should fucking draw and burn like complete fucking shit. Have you ever considered that there may be something wrong with your fucking humidor, man? I can tell right now. The draw, it's like a fucking, there's a tiny bit of resistance. Great draw. I tell you, I'm not even going to use a match. I want to get this lit. Me and my friend Nick Russell from Australia, and talk about a guy who knows his fucking cigars. Okay? The problem also is people coming online and thinking that because they're on, they think there's some sort of shame in saying, I have so many guys come on my channel and say, hey, I'm a day one beginner, or I've only been doing this for a year or 2 years, and I love your channel, or can you help me with this and that? That's what I'm here for. I despise when people try to disguise their lack of knowledge or their, you know, their youth within this whole industry, within this whole circle, by spitting out factory codes and dates and trying to sound like they fucking know people. I despise that shit. You should know from watching this show that to me, knowledge is the only proof of how much you actually fucking know. And you know what? It doesn't matter whether you know everything or nothing. It really doesn't matter. What matters is when you try to start claiming you know so much when you really don't know fucking jack shit. And people are like, oh my God, Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? What happened? Well, some people know if they've been keeping up with appearances, keeping up with comments rather, I should say. The Devil's Torch. The red flame, we call it the Devil's Torch. Fucking great draw. And lovely fucking Cuban flavor. Anything fancy, anything special? No. It's very earthy, it's got some coffee notes, it's nice and salty. There's a definite blend here, you know. It's a little woody, no signs of youth, fairly smooth, tad harsh on the senses. I can feel it in the back of my nasal cavity. It's not the smoothest cigar in the world. Fairly creamy smoke. Big clouds of smoke coming out of this thing. Excellent fucking draw. It's performing beautifully. Look at that dead even burn. It's performing beautifully. It's performing better than some of the Cubans I've been smoking recently. As I was saying, I'm going crazy here about Nick Russell. We were sitting at Cigar Inn and we were talking, and both of us, and don't start going fucking crazy. It has nothing to do with vendors, and I'll get into that soon too. Both of us are a little disappointed, if not fairly disappointed, in some of the recent boxes coming around of standard production cigars. A lot more plugs than usual. You know, I think they're banging out a lot of cigars. They have a lot of special editions, and they put all their energy and effort into those. You know, so. But let's get to something here. Let's get this fucking thing started, shall we? So here we have a comment, right? Bro, I know they're different, but I must have said something during the aging episode. But the house blend cigars they have, FCC, I was sent 5 of them, and 2 of them were jam-packed full of super short filler, which made drawing and getting any smoke damn near impossible. You know that. You know it was short filler that made the draw impossible. After that episode, well, that was the last straw with FCC. I know you like them, but they're certainly not cracked up to be what you portray them to be on this show. In fact, I think they're probably one of the lower quality vendors out there. You and all your experience, right? You and your vast fucking knowledge of cigars. They're what? Out of the fucking 3 vendors you used? Let me tell you something. I've been using them for 10 fucking years. 10 years I've been using them. They're one of the only vendors that I've never had a fucking issue with. Ever. Every box of cigars I've ever ordered has come straight to my fucking place. No problems, no fucking issues. Of the hundreds of people I sent there, not one fucking complaint. Happy as fucking peaches and cream. Okay? You come along and they're one of the lower quality fucking vendors out there. Compared to who? Fucking LCDH, London for Hunters and fucking Frankow? You know, are you one of those guys now? Because we'll get into that. No, they're not. They're not one of the lower quality vendors out there. And here's a funny thing. Only 2 weeks earlier, you left another comment on my show. Nobody ever says, well, who is this guy? What does he actually know? How many vendors has he ordered from? Well, let me read his other fucking comment here. Bravo, bravo, Dr. Joe. I know I've been a pain in the ass with some of my comments concerning Cuban cigars compared to everything else, but never mistake that as me not appreciating what you do and have done. I just received 3 boxes of LUB-FEB 14 Upman number 2s today, along with a GAT OCT 12 box of SLR Series A's, spitting out these fucking factory code numbers like, who gives a fuck? First of all, 90% chance you don't even know what factories those fucking refer to. You know? There's really no way to know. I mean, you can kind of approximate it by the cigars that are coming out and where we know certain cigars are made, but to most people out there, that means nothing. And it does nothing to impress me that you can read the fucking letters on the bottom of a box. It doesn't. 99% of the mature, fucking knowledgeable Cuban cigar smokers I meet, they don't fucking sit around spitting out fucking factory codes. That's a fucking fool's game. Alright? And now I'm sitting down to watch this show. You have been instrumental in the Cuban cigar industry and could even be a runner-up for Habanews Man of the Year award. Jesus Christ! Really? Thank you! Even though I think non-Cuban cigars are a waste of money and time when one has great quality Cuban Habanews available to them, that's a complete and utter fucking bullshit statement. It just is. There's really no way around it. Cuban cigars are fucking fantastic. They're great when they're great. But there are a boatload of non-Cuban cigars out there that are just awesome. Awesome. And you're, sorry to say that you're just totally missing out should you choose not to try any of them or smoke any of them. But what it is that you haven't smoked that many of them. You know? I truly appreciate your shows and everything you've done thus far. Please keep it up as you far surpass any other cigar blogger out there. Period. End of story. Well, that is some fucking comment. 2 weeks later, after getting all your cigars and everything going so well that you decided to fucking nominate me for Habanews Man of the fucking Year, Finest Cuban Cigars is you had your last straw with them. Only 2 weeks later? Jeez. Well, that was a fucking fast downhill ride. Let's move on. Now he goes back in 2 weeks and then only hours later, I guess he's upset that I didn't answer his comment fast enough. He comes back, hey, cut that house blend cigar open. I'll bet dollars to pesos that it's all short filler. Try smoking it and see if you can get any smoke out of it at all. I was sent 5 of the Torpedo House Blend cigars from FCC, and once lit, it drew like shit, so I was wondering what the heck was wrong with it. Upon cutting it open, he said that already, I found that it's nothing but super short filler. Nothing but super short filler. Like Dutch Masters. Like a Dutch Master. Okay. Finest Cuban Cigars may send you real Cubans most of the time. Bullshit. They send real Cubans all of the time. This whole story, this fucking legend of vendors that send you real cigars and then fake cigars, exceedingly fucking rare. Exceedingly rare. What stories like that usually come about when somebody orders Cuban cigars from a site that sells nothing but fakes, gets the first box, is inexperienced, believes they're real, and then catches on when they get the second box. And instead of going back and saying they're both fake, they just don't even want to look into it. I guess they just assume one's real, one's not. Ain't gonna happen. Sites that can get genuine Cuban cigars are not going to risk their fucking license, risk their fucking business, risk their fucking clientele by sending out fakes once in a while to customers they deem, what, unworthy to get the real ones? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Take it from me, it doesn't fucking work like that. But their quality is often, more often than not, very good. Their quality, more often than not, is not very good. And their house blend cigars are a complete sham, being that they charge Habanews prices for them. Not really, you know. Sorry, Joe, but I can't in any honesty endorse the vendor at all. Take it for what it's worth. Dude, do us a favor. Don't use them. They're fucking selling cigars by the buttload. Alright? So please, do us a favor. Don't fucking use them. But you're fucking that arrogant that you think your endorsement, who the fuck are you? Fucking like Hunters and Francow? Your endorsement? I don't need your fucking endorsement. Here's an endorsement for you. John Oliven Jr. Joe, you've made the Dr. Joe Show my go-to YouTube channel for all things cigars. Well-researched info, spot-on commentary, and entertaining reviews. Keep up the great work. John Oliva Jr. Yeah, now that's an endorsement. Your fucking endorsement. You're a cocky dude, man, really. Your endorsement. Really? Who the fuck do you... Okay, that's enough. So here's what we're going to do, okay? We are going to open up 2 Finest Cuban Cigar House Blend cigars, 1 fresh roll and 1 private stock. Now, and I want to make this clear. This is for educational purposes. This is to show everybody out there, not only that this viewer has no fucking clue what they're talking about, we'll just leave it at that, but that never to assume, and, you know, see, I know that 99% of the people watching, and I wish I could get a show of hands, have never opened a fucking cigar in their lives. They've never opened up a fucking cigar. It's actually a very rare thing to meet somebody who's gone so far as to start opening cigars. Some would call it on the verge of being obsessive. But in this case, it's necessary. Hey, it's what this show was founded on, right? Everybody loves Dr. Joe's dissections. So, we're going to open up these cigars, and because of that, since I know that a lot of people out there aren't going to really know what they're looking at, I'm going to tell you, I haven't opened these yet. I have not. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see a really nice wrapper come off. You're going to see a really nice binder come off. You know, there may be a double binder. Then you're going to see some really nice big pieces of tobacco. They may or may not be treated in the Cuban fashion. Depends on how much effort they spent on it. You know, I can tell from the outside that the cigar is exceptionally well capped. It's exceptionally well shaped. It's cut nice and clean at the foot. That's what you're going to see. And then, as we get to the center, you're going to see some smaller pieces of tobacco. Just a few, about half the size. And then, eventually, at the very, very center, you're going to see some crumbly shit fall out. That does not mean it's short filler. Okay? If that means it's short filler, then 90% of the cigars out there on the market are fucking short filler. After we dissect our finest Cuban cigars, we are going to take an El Baton, a long filler Nicaraguan cigar, handmade by J.C. Newman, one of the top cigar production companies in the world we did an episode on them. They make cigars for Fuente, they make Diamond Crown. No, we're not opening a fucking Diamond Crown. Okay, I'm not wasting that much money. I'm already wasting my money on 2 fucking house blend cigars and a fucking Baton. And the reason I chose the El Baton is because it's the least amount of money. Not because other higher end cigars wouldn't show the same thing. Many would. Alright, so let's get to it. I'm going to step over to the washing machine and hopefully I don't drop too much bits inside. And we are going to open up these cigars. And let's see what we find. Okay, so here we are with our cigars, and unfortunately I'm going to have to ruin 3 of these fine cigars for the sake of fucking proving to everyone else out there that this guy is fucking full of shit. Okay? I'm really tired of this crap. Look, you have to understand, people. You have to understand. You look at, the show has been going on for what, over 3 years now? I don't even know. Over 3 years, almost 4, and during that whole time, how many fucking negative comments have I had from anybody about anything, really? Not very many. In fact, I haven't gotten to go on a rant in fucking months. Because there's just no assholes out there. Or at least there aren't any on this show, for which I am very glad, actually. Look, I know it's entertaining, but I don't like busting blood vessels. I really don't. I've been doing this for many, many fucking years, and I've ordered the house blend cigars all the time, and they're not fucking short filler. In fact, they're not. It's not even that they're just long filler. They're actually extremely fucking good cigars. You know, more people should try them. But that's neither here nor there. So let's see what we got. First of all, I'm pulling off a fucking perfectly crafted triple cap, and I'm getting all ahead of myself here. I have 3 cigars that I put in this baggie, and I sprayed with distilled water to soften them. It makes it easier to take apart. I want to take these apart gently because I want to show you all exactly what's inside. So here you can see the end. This is a fresh roll. There are 2 different types of house cigars, finest Cuban cigars. There's a fresh roll, and there's private stock. The other 2 are private stock. One of them happens to be a Torpedo, exactly the cigar that he says was stuffed with short fucking filler. Right. Oh, and he says 2 out of 5. Yeah, right. Like half of them, they're going to give you 2 that are short filler and 3 that are long filler. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Anyway, I've never seen a fucking shitty short filler cigar, and short filler and mixed filler are different. This is neither. This is long filler. I have seen mixed filler cigars with triple caps, but the way you're describing it is you got a fucking, like, you know, powder mix, fucking like Dutch Master, and I've never seen anything like that. So here we go. Let me find the end of this triple cap here. I think I got the one under, because it's really well done. It's really, really well put together. And even though it's wet, it's hard to get apart. Give me 1 second here. Let me see. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I got it started. That thing was really nicely capped. I mean, all the way around and around and around. This is all just the cap right here. You have the first cap, and here's another under that, and then you have all the stuff that was wrapped around it. Some of it's still stuck to the cigar. Mind you, this is a house blend cigar. Okay, this is not even the private stock. This is the fresh roll, which basically means very young tobacco, rolled up and shipped to you before it's had any chance to even mature. It's on you to either smoke them right away or mature them. They will have a sick period if you don't smoke them right away, but if you let them mature, they turn out really nice. The private stock, the tobacco in there is aged 5 years. You know, so you pay a little extra for that. That's a fine wrapper. Aside from that little thing I did with my nail right there, no holes, no tears, no rips, evenly colored. Really, really nice. Nicely cut. Very, very nice wrapper. You know, down here is all the rest of the triple cap that didn't come off. Great. Okay, so there's your wrapper. That looks fucking fine. Now let's work with the binder here. Give me a minute again to get it started so I don't fuck it up. Hold on. Okay, I got that started now. So now I'm taking off the binder leaf. Never as pretty as the wrapper leaf. In fact, wow, this almost looks like a double wrapper cigar. Yeah. Look at that, folks. Look at that. This cigar has a double wrapper. That's really nice. You know? Well. Okay. There's your binder. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's a little dry, so you got a little flaking coming out there. Okay. There. That's the mat. Look, it's all the way through. This is long filler tobacco. Okay? This is long filler tobacco. I try to take it out as careful as possible. I don't know how many cigars we've opened, folks, but they don't... First of all, remember, this is a fresh roll, okay, house blend. You're not going to have the finest tobacco in the world. But this is not short filler. This filler runs throughout the entire length of the cigar. To say it's short filler is lying and nothing less. Okay? Nothing less than fucking lying. I'll keep playing with it a little here. It's hard. It's a little brittle in the center. I should have wet it more. So you got a little bit of flack coming off there. But look, here you go. There's another piece. I don't want to break this. Alright. There's another piece. Okay. Let's move this up. We get over here. It's hard to work behind the camera. What else do we got here? Now you get down to the center where there's a lot of... Here's another beautiful piece. You know. And you can see here, this is the hard part to discern. Now, looking at that right off the bat, you might say, oh, that looks like short... It's not. It's not. It's just all twisted together now. So yeah, so okay, so you have a little bit of flake here, but what you have is somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're looking at, okay? So either they opened it up and they got all excited and they saw a little bit of this. We're not talking about, you're not opening up a Cohiba. You're opening up a fresh roll house cigar, all right? It's not, and made of Cuban tobacco. You should know what to expect. It's not a fucking Cohiba. It's not going to have these perfect fucking notched leaves cut and everything. You're not paying for a Cohiba. You know? You're going to get the same type of thing as when you buy a fucking, you know, maybe even a little better than that. But, you know, if you buy bundle cigars from JR or something like that, you know? That's all. That's all. So you have a little bit of flake here and there. There's another long piece. You know, looks like they packed a little bit of shit in the end there to fill it up, but, you know, this is long filler. See? Okay? Not short fucking filler. Definitely have a little bit of stuff in there, you know. Now, if I was opening a Cuban cigar like a Monte Cristo or Cohiba and I saw this, it's fake. Okay? I would say, yeah, it's a bogus fucking cigar. But we're not. It's a house blend cigar, you know. So please don't go online and start saying, "Oh, fucking short filler," when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's not short filler. It's not short filler. This is what your fucking house blend cigar is made of. Okay? Have I seen prettier? Absolutely. Is it short filler? By no means. Alright, let's open another one. Let's open one of these private reserves or whatever, private stocks, and see what we got over there. Alright, I got that one started. That was really wrapped like something. Very hard to get started. Alright, so take the wrapper off. It's a much smaller cigar. There's your wrapper. There's what you have inside. Okay? Very, very common. This looks a lot better than that one. That's the fresh roll. This is the private stock. Okay? So this, let's see. We got another. Here we go again. Let me see. Does that go under there? Yeah. Okay. some kind of double binder or something there. Okay, binder leaves. Oh, let's see. Let's carefully open this up here. Okay. Look at that. That's nice tobacco. That's nice tobacco. That is really nice long filler tobacco. There you go. Look, it's even cut. See, so this has been treated a lot finer than the fresh roll. Okay? But there is no fresh roll torpedo as far as I know, so had the private blend. That's a really nice piece of tobacco right there. Let's see what we get. I feel like I'm back at day one doing this shit. I should be smoking these, not fucking taking them apart. Here's another very nice piece of tobacco. Yeah, so it's a little crumbly in there, you know? Let's see. I want to see the total sum of what you have in there as far as the crumbly shit. You got to be careful, because what happens is a lot of the inner tobacco is finer stuff. So when they roll it up and it dries up, it gets, so you get stuff like this. This is long filler, okay? This is common to see in a cigar. This is long filler. It's part of the blend, and what happens is when you roll the thing up and it starts to dry, a lot of it can crumble up. But this cigar is not a short filler cigar. You have to understand what you're looking at. All right, so you got more long filler there. That's what happened. That's what happened. There's a lot of this stuff just kind of crumbled up. Because this here, you got to be careful not to break it, because then you don't know if you're looking at one leaf or not. For instance, this is ready to snap right off here, but this is one leaf. Okay, so there you go again. Long filler. This is what we got so far. Long filler. All right, long filler, long filler, long filler. You get a little bit. You get a little bit of this stuff. Usually they dump it in at the end to firm up the cigar. Here you go. This, it's a little crappy, but it's long filler. All right. Here's a few pieces of scrap, short of stuff. You didn't think this episode was over yet, did you? Do you really think I'm stupid enough to trust knowing that there are people like you out there watching? When they saw me take apart those two cigars, they don't know what they're looking at. So they're going, oh, see, it is short filler. Oh, that looks like shit. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great compared to what you would find in a Cohiba or Monte Cristo or any genuine Habanews, okay? But you got to understand, there are different grades of tobacco, there are different levels of manufacturing, and not all long filler cigars look the same, okay? Short filler is when you have a wrapper, a binder, and nothing but a clump of stuff. There are no long pieces in there, okay? In that cigar, what we had was generally long filler and a little pile of aftermath that they used to fill in the cigar, because, let's face it, we don't have the best rollers in the world fucking making these things, okay? It is not that they're trying to be cheap and fill the cigar with, because if it was that, they would just fill it all with that flaky shit. What it is that they can't get a great precise roll without the cigar falling in on itself because they're not experts. So they roll it, doesn't look right, they pack a little in here, they roll it. Here I have an El Baton. This is a Nicaraguan cigar. This is a long filler cigar. This is made by J.C. Newman. Great, great, great cigar manufacturing company. That cannot be denied, okay? They make cigars for Fuente. We've done brand history on both of these companies, and this is an El Baton by J.C. Newman, a Nicaraguan cigar. Let's see what's inside of this thing. Take that band off. Nice band. Okay, there it is. There it is. Got the little turnaround twisty cap going on there. No. Don't break off on me. See, I don't want to make it look worse than it should. Okay, let's take that wrapper off nice and easy. Alright, there we go. Unwrapping the cigar. Now, see the difference in craftsmanship here. This cigar, look how nice and clean those cuts are. But even on Cuban cigars, you'll see wrappers where it goes occasionally. Depends on who's rolling. But this is a nice wrapper. Nice, clean cuts. Very, very nice. Put that to the side. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. I want to be gentle. I want to find out. I want to find the truth about this baton here. What we want to see is, we're not, please don't sue me, J.C. Newman. I'm not saying a cigar is short filler. Quite the opposite. What I want to prove to everybody is that this cigar is going to be very much the same as what we found with the other cigar, our house blend cigars. And listen, I'm not doing this to defend Finest Cuban Cigars. I'm really not. I don't need to defend Finest Cuban Cigars. They've got more customers than you fucking know. I've sent them hundreds of people without a single complaint, all right? And I tell you what I need to do is what I always do, and that is defend the internet from imbeciles when it comes to cigars. And no, you know, I don't do this often because there are so many much better things to be talking about. Okay, we're getting the binder off. It's a little tricky. It's a little stiff. Okay. I think we have a book roll here. I think we have. See, and as I'm taking see what happens? You start getting some crumbly shit already. Taking this binder off here. Here we go. Okay, ready? Let's see. Take that binder off. Okay, that's the rest of the binder. I ripped that. Look at that. Already. See what's falling out? You see that? See all that falling out? We only just fucking started, my friends. It's not that this isn't a long filler cigar. Quite the contrary. Now we're taking off those first leaves, the ones on the outside, the ones that remain in the best condition. This is a nice big leaf. Okay, get a good look at that. That way. Okay, so here you have some nice big leaves. Nice big leaves. And we commence. Smaller leaves. Smaller leaf. Smaller leaf. Up. Let's get that wrapper. Hold on, guys, hold on. I want a wrapper, binder. That's the other piece of the binder, our big leaf. And so far, after that one big leaf, we got 3 small leaves there. I gotta go around the camera here. Okay, let's continue. Got another nice piece. Nice piece of big tobacco there. Okay. And as you get to the center, look at that. Look at that, my friends. You see? See all that's now? Let's put it all together like we did the other one. Here's everything that came out so far. Table's starting to look like quite a little mess. Okay? So here you go. Here's more big tobacco. Oh. You know, and the same thing as before. The same thing. This is what happens as you unroll it, and I'm being very careful, and I'm not breaking anything. This is just falling out as it is. I couldn't be slower here. Look at that inside. Look at that. You see that? See? Okay, do I need to do this anymore? This is how cigars of that class, of that grade are. El Baton is a strong Nicaraguan cigar. Very good cigar among the people who like that type of cigar. It's not a high-class cigar. It's not made with the finest tobacco, which has been notch cut to remove any extra veins. It is what it is. This is not a short filler cigar. Okay, here's a couple of more pieces of long filler. I'll put that over here. You know, so you end up with about the same thing as we had with the house blend roll. But when you start taking apart the middle, the problem is that you had some very fine little pieces of tobacco that were rolled up in here. And, you know, by the way, in that house blend, I didn't see one stem at all. Here's some more. Okay, so look what we're ending up with here. You know? So somebody opens a cigar and sees this, and they go, oh my God, it's fucking short filler. It's not fucking short filler. Don't ever assume. Don't ever assume. Don't do things on your own and just think to yourself, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Look, here, same kind of shitty looking stringy stuff in the middle. Same exact fucking thing as the house blend from Finest Cuban Cigars. I wouldn't be surprised if they made fucking El Baton. Look at that. See that? Short piece. I'll even put that over there. Here's some medium. Here's our medium pile. You know, so you have your long pile, your medium stuff over here that was in the middle, and then this. Okay? And then in the very center, a couple of more little, you know, that's all. Look, it's just falling. It's just falling. Another stringy piece right there. You know, that's all. There, that's a nice medium piece. So here you go. You know, here you go. Same fucking thing. Same exact fucking thing. And that proves my point. And my point being, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So stop making comments that fuck up other people's lives, that fuck up other people's businesses, and that fucking fuck up my whole fucking state of mind. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. Here is our El Baton, right? Wrapper, binder, long filler pieces, and I'll do a pan over once I'm done to show you everything from the top. And then our little scrap pile right here. Here is our wrapper and binder leaf that was under. Okay, here's our wrapper. That's cut very straight too, but here's what I'm talking about. See on this wrapper how the cut is a little jagged? This side is much better. It's a little jagged over there. That vein got in the way and stopped there. Knife could use some sharpening probably. The Baton wrapper was cut much cleaner. But here, again, this is the house blend now. That's a house blend wrapper, house blend binder. Okay, let's get the camera in on this here. Come on, camera. Where are you going? All right, I'm going to have to move over. So there's your El Baton, and here's your El Baton pieces. Now see all that dust and everything under there? That's all El Baton. Okay, this does not mean a cigar is short filler. Here you go. So here's your house blend wrapper, your house blend binder. Okay, here are the nice big pieces that came under that. And in fact, some of these pieces, just like in your fucking Cuban cigars, see that? That's where they cut out the fucking veins. None of that happening with the El Baton. So actually a little extra attention was paid there. Another really fucking nice piece. Big fucking sheet of tobacco. And here's another piece where again, some work was done. They cut something out of the end there. Okay? Another fucking piece. Boom, so you got those. Your other pieces that are like, you know, good stuff, just from the middle. Here you go, 4 pieces, just like that. Okay? So there's your lineup. Right? Okay? There probably were, I didn't realize I was going to take apart an El Baton. There were probably a few more little, you know, flakes and stuff like that. You know, but, you know, and you can see how fragile this stuff in the middle is. You know, you just start going like that and see what happens. You know, even though it's moist, look at that. You see? It just starts flaking. 5-year-old stuff. You know, so after a while, in there, being transported, whatever, you know, who knows? Who fucking knows? Who the fuck knows what happens inside a cigar? Even with our aging, we only theorize. So here you go. Here's the pan over. I want to get back to enjoying my cigar and doing some more interesting stuff about aging. El Baton. There's the stuff inside. Finest Cuban Cigars. House blend. There's the stuff inside. El Baton, Finest Cuban Cigars. El Baton, Finest Cuban Cigars. Not short filler. Not short filler. Regular cigar. Standard as they come. We're fucking done. Well, fucking great. Really, it's a good. I like it. I like this size. I like the Toro size, the Lancero size. They make some really fat ones that I don't care for. You know, I like the Robustos. I like the Toros. I'm not selling them. I'm not making any money off of them. I don't give a shit if you buy them or not. That's not the intent of this. The intent of this is that I'm sick of people saying things that they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, especially when it's harmful to someone else's business and or someone else's reputation. It goes on all the time on the internet, and it's fucking wrong. You should really think before you speak and think about, who am I hurting, and do I really know what the fuck I'm talking about? So after seeing what we did over there at my little washing machine, after we took apart 2 Finest Cuban Cigars house blends, okay, and an El Baton crafted by J.C. Newman, handcrafted long filler, and saw what? Exactly the same fucking thing. You have a choice. You know, some people out there learned something. Others already knew what they were going to see. You have a choice. You can listen to me, or you can listen to some tit who assumes to fucking know everything. You have a problem, my friend. You really do. And if you care to listen, I'll tell you what it is. What it is this. You have a desperate underlying need to prove not only to yourself, but to the world that you know more than the next guy. I bet you it isn't only with cigars either. I bet you always have to have the last fucking word. You know? But I shouldn't assume. I shouldn't. Let's just stick to the facts. How can you possibly open something up? And what? What is this? Your first, second time doing this? I mean, how can you call that short filler? You know? I mean, I can see how someone could easily be confused. You know? But to not be certain, and if you're wrong, you're not fucking certain, to assume, to open it up and say, I know what I'm looking at, without doing any research, without going online and seeing other people opening cigars or checking with somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about, what is this? To go online and post comments that fuck up other people's day. You know? And it's not just the fucking cigars. It's not just the short filler thing. It's a lot of things. It's everything you fucking post. Except for your one-off comment, 1 out of a dozen, where you fucking want, maybe you were being sarcastic, I don't know. At this point, I really don't know. Habanews fucking man of the year, you know? So come on. I have people come to me, you know, all the time. I've been smoking cigars for a month, a year, a week, a day. I just started. I think I'm going to start. I fucking love cigars, but I've never fucking smoked one. I don't know why. What should I do? I have all sorts of people come to me, you know, and the vast majority of them have no concern to fucking prove that they know something to me. They have no concern. I don't care whether you've been smoking cigars for 10 years or 2 days. Okay? It doesn't fucking matter. I've known people who smoke for 10 years who don't know as much as a guy who's been smoking for a year. It's in the research. It's in how many cigars you actually smoke. It's in a lot of different things. You know? So, maybe you've been smoking cigars for 20 years. I don't know. What I do know is you don't know shit. Okay? So end of fucking story. And this nonsense, this on and on nonsense about one vendor having better cigars than another vendor. Listen. To an extent, it can be true. It can't, well, maybe can be. I mean, for instance, in the UK, all cigars are imported through Hunters and Francow, who says they check every box and they draw test and they do all these different things, which Cuba says they've already done anyway. Okay? So that means when you buy cigars from the UK, from an LCDH that went through Hunters and Francow, you're supposed to be getting a superior product. I certainly fucking hope so, because it's going to cost you at least $400 or $500 fucking more for a box of anything. And now, instead of fucking being someone who just says, well, I have to have the best, let me buy those, do yourself a favor. If you're the kind of person who sits on a lot of boxes and doesn't smoke many cigars and you need to smoke them. You need to smoke them to find out what you're really buying, okay? I buy cigars all the time from Finest Cuban Cigars. Once in a while, somebody else has something I need. I collect jars. I bought a jar of not even a standard production, regional production, Italia, La Excepcion. That jar cost me $1,700 fucking dollars from the UK, okay? Best packaging I've ever seen, nice and gift wrapped and all that. $1,700 for what is usually a $400 to $500 box of cigars. Those I get the jar with it, of course, but even if you bought the box. Jar came with 30 cigars. I've smoked about 15 of them. 5 so far. 5 I've thrown right in the fucking garbage. Plugged, terrible fucking burn. They're all the fucking same, man. It's all a matter of ratio. You know, if you're out there and you buy Cuban cigars, boxes of Cuban cigars, and I don't think you understand what you're looking at when you look at this show. You assume, oh, here's another YouTube guy, he likes cigars, he's into cigars, he wants to do a review. All of my hardcore viewers know, wrong fucking answer. I smoke fucking 6-7 cigars a fucking day. It's all about the numbers. When you sit there and you smoke a cigar a day, some guys I know smoke a cigar a week, you know, and then you get a plug, then you get a fucking, you ask Nick Russell, anytime I go to fucking Cigar Inn, I'm sitting there, I'm smoking 2 back to back at least. And that's just while I'm there. I walk out the door, throw out my nub, and light up another one to go to the train. I'm smoking all over the fucking place. My new motto is going to be, I have a fucking problem. Okay? How many cigars do you smoke, Joe? I have a fucking problem. That's how many fucking cigars I smoke. Now, knowing that I have a fucking problem, you could probably say to yourself, how many house blend cigars has this guy smoked? A lot. A fucking lot. I've smoked house blend cigars from just about every Cuban vendor site that sells house blend fucking cigars. And you know what? This is really the top of the line when it comes to Cuban house blend cigars. It reminds me a little of a Juan Lopez number 2. You know? Very basic, standard fare, Cuban flavor. Well balanced. There is a blend here. It's definitely a blended cigar because there's some very similar flavors throughout all of them that I've smoked, you know. And that's about it. I made a statement in our aging series about kitty litter, and I'm going to stick to it. I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to spend, you know, and he's going off on a whole thing here because what I said was, I think it's ridiculous to use kitty litter when you're spending thousands of dollars on cigars. You can't jump a little higher and buy something fucking worth buying. Now, I'm going to read a comment he left about that. The thing is, he has to disagree with everything you fucking say. That's what it is. That's what it is. There are Cuban cigars out there that are worth smoking. Only Cuban cigars. Alright. House blend is a decent... it's fucking full of short filler. Okay. Kitty litter is a bad idea. Shut the fuck up, man. Alright? Here's his comment. I don't agree with anyone disparaging kitty litter and then sings the praises of Heartfelt. I don't sing the praises of Heartfelt. I sing the praises of fucking Boveda. I'm experimenting with Heartfelt, along with all my other viewers out there. And I'm telling them what kind of results I'm getting. Okay? Everybody knows, I only just built the Winador a year ago. I'm still looking at it go through the summer. It went through the winter okay. The summer, up and down a little bit. Is this camera working? Personally, I'm really considering switching back to full Boveda. Let a lot of people know. What is this? Oh, no! Shut up! I'm going to let a lot of people know that right now. Is it more expensive? Yeah, unless you practice refilling them. In fact, like I said, Boveda with a small amount of Heartfelt beads for refilling. You quickly just dump some water on the beads, they pump humidity out, Heartfelt, Boveda absorbs it right away to the right level. See, that's what Heartfelt beads don't do so well, even though they're supposed to. They don't seem to suck up humidity as much as they should. Anyway, we're not getting into that now. More about that. We have yet to build a Winador. He goes on. I find anyone disparaging kitty litter and then sings the praises of Heartfelt moronic. Moronic. Okay. So, you're the kind of person who said, you called me a moron. No, I didn't. I said it was moronic. Like there's a fucking difference. You called me a moron. I'm a fucking moron now. I'm a fucking moron. Okay. No, you're a fucking moron, Mr. Short Filler. Alright? Let's read this out. After his statement of me being moronic. Let's not put words in his mouth. Kitty litter and Heartfelt do the exact same thing. He says, in caps, the exact same thing. Next sentence. The only difference is that kitty litter has larger irregular fissures and pores and has nowhere near the capacity to hold water as Heartfelt. Oh, the only difference. That's a big fucking difference. And the only difference between KL and Heartfelt, there's no such thing as being exact when there's one only difference. Now you have two only differences. And the only difference is that between KL and Heartfelt is that Heartfelt has a specific value attributed to it and are preconditioned before they leave the factory to maintain that value number rating. So the only difference is that they hold way more water and that they release a specific amount of humidity. Those are some pretty fucking huge only differences. You're writing something this is proof. You're writing just to disagree with someone. Shut up! Sit up front and fucking learn something, man. They're fucking totally different. It doesn't matter if they're... Thank you for the fucking science lesson. Oh, in the end, he says they're both made of silicon dioxide. We didn't talk about that. We don't care about what they're fucking made of. We care that one is capable of one thing and the other is not. We care that using one is a good way to humidify your cigars and using the other is just a fucking stupid, cheap method that shouldn't even exist. Fucking kitty litter. Everyone's afraid to say it. On the forums, God forbid they bring down the wrath of some big shot who fucking does use kitty litter. Speak your minds, people. 9 out of 10 of you think kitty litter is a ridiculous fucking idea. His last line. It just irks me when people think they know what they're talking about, but don't. Like I said before, this show runs on research. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of effort. It takes a lot of fucking time. It is not a guy sitting here giving you fucking tons of subjective material and no fucking fact. It is someone who puts in a lot of time and effort and research to bring you more and more and more all about cigars. It's pure cigar entertainment. That's what the Dr. Joe Show is. Basically, in that comment, you made yourself look stupid 3 times over. Then you called me a moron, and then you told me, I think I know what I'm talking about, but don't. Dude, you just looked in the fucking mirror. Okay? That's what you did. Because I know you don't mean me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Fucking Mr. Know-It-All. So, folks, I'm winding it down. This cigar is very, very good. It smokes very well. It burns well. It's got a great draw. It tastes very good. It's not very complex. You know, I would say it's got a little more going on than one note. It's a, you know what it is? It's a fucking cigar smoker's cigar. That's what it is. It's something you can light up over and over any time of fucking day. It's a decent, well-rounded, balanced cigar. That's what it is. Not every fucking cigar is going to be a part of this Grand fucking Reserva. You know, not every cigar is going to be a fucking Cohiba Bahique. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. You know? Man, I'm fucking worked up. So, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to call it a night. And, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. I hope everybody out there has learned something or has at least been slightly entertained. I know it's been a while since anyone has seen me get all bent out of shape and go off, and I know there are a great number of you out there who like that kind of thing more than anything else on this show. Oh, God. You know? So, I've had a blast. I really did. And hopefully you did too. This turned out to be a great cigar. I'd give this cigar about a 7, 7.5. You know? Something like that. But it doesn't suffer in the construction area, draw or anything, and it doesn't suffer in the flavor area. It just gets lower scores on aroma, complexity. Even balance is very good. A 1, you know. Pre-draw flavor was a little low, 0.5. Overall flavor, 1.5 instead of 1.75. So you get 1, 2, 3. Appearance, 3.75. Pre-draw, 4.25. 5.25. 5.75. Balance, 6.75. And then another 1 between aroma and complexity, 7.75. So I'll give this cigar a 7.5. I'll even knock it down a little bit more. But that's it. That's what this is. 7.5. Take it or leave it. Okay, folks. I gotta go. Cameras are about to go dry. I got a lot to do. I'm sure you do too. Lots of Dr. Joe Show coming your way. And not this type of crap either. Lots and lots of Dr. Joe Show coming your way. Let's see, what do we got? We got Fake or Fine coming up. We got Habanews coming up. We got lots of reviews coming up. We're gonna do a special Padron review for the 50th Humidor 50th anniversary. No, I didn't buy one. I do not have the money for that kind of thing. We're gonna do some more Cuban reviews. Some more brands like, what do we have left? Por Larrañaga, Sancho Panza, Fonseca. A lot of the ones that fewer number of people are really interested in, but Jose El Piedra, our last fucking global brand, Rafael Gonzalez, if I can ever find any. Let's see. Cuaba, Vega Robena. You know. So we got Punch. We got quite a few left, at least 10 or so. So we'll be doing those. Fake or Fines, I got fake Bolivars, I got fake Cohibas, we're going to be going over all that, what to look out for, what's on the market today, lots of great shit. Visit us on Facebook, join us on Twitter, comment, participate, keep watching, but most of all, keep on smoking.